shit or get off the pot kind of energy. God, I never say that. It's a weird thing to say, for me to say, but where'd that go? That's funny. Shit or get off the pot. And then we got slowing down. This is your advice. So there could be a need for you to take your time. You know, if you're feeling the sense of urgency, like I made my decision, it's time to move this thing forward, show me your action. Be a little bit more patient. This is the advice. You know, this thing that your connection is bringing forward, the fact that the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles showed up on their side, it's real, it's solid, it's long lasting, and it is slow moving. It's earth energy. And so is this turtle here, slowing down. So patience, activating patience, taking your time is a card of advice for you. Hey Cancer, welcome to your love reading for January 2021. If you're new here, thank you for coming by. My name's Amanda. I'm at Luna St. Tarot. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. So I am giving away two free readings in January, because I've reached 2,000 subscribers, so it's a way for me to say thanks. If you're interested in entering into that drawing, subscribe and leave a comment below. And I'll draw winners on January 1st. All right, let's see. So we're looking at your love life here in January 2021. We're going to take a look at you and what you're bringing to the table, them, your connection, whoever you're thinking about, and what they're bringing to the table. Combined energies, what happens when the two of you come together, and then also the insight. We'll pull some clarifying cards all the way through and a card or two of guidance for you, Cancer. If this reading resonates, as always, hit the like button. It really helps the video to circulate, supports my channel, and if you're interested in diving a little bit deeper into your personal situation, I'm doing readings now. The link is below in the description box. All right, let's get started. Let's sync up. I'm going to split the deck 3 ways. Cancer, love, January 2021. What you're bringing to the table, 6 of Cups. Definitely a past life connection. Feelings of nostalgia as well. But they're happy feelings. What they're bringing to the table, Page of Wands. Interesting. Some sort of passionate communication, passionate learning about a passion, learning about a creativity, bringing something forward that has to do with their passion. Coming back in with a passionate offer of some sort. And it's somebody from the past. Somebody that you know in this life, somebody that you've known in former lives, somebody from your childhood, or just, you know, somebody from the past. Bringing about feelings of emotional contentment, wonderment, innocence, nostalgia. Combined energies. Ooh, gosh, 2 of Cups. So yeah, this is definitely a witnessing, meeting eye to eye, coming together, unifying around an emotional state of being. This is the Lovers card. They're coming together. They're they're meeting each other. Really seeing each other. So yeah, there's a meeting of the minds, and it's like a witnessing. I will say what I noticed here is that there is a more mature energy and a less mature energy. So there's kind of a imbalance where it comes to the maturity levels. The woman looks a lot more mature than the boy does. She's a woman, he's a boy. And then we have the Page of Wands. So the page is has a childlike energy about them, and that is your partner. That's your connection. Now we see children here. There could be that children are factoring huge into your connection in January, because there is a lot of this sort of young masculine boy energy, and then you know, here this even younger boy kind of holding this toad. It's almost like he's like, hey, look, I have something to offer you. And the Page of Wands is also saying, hey, look, here's my offer. So somebody's coming forward with this childlike energy that has an offer. It feels very emotional. It also feels very passionate. And then there's this meeting of the minds. It's like the boy comes to the woman and makes this offer, and they see each other. There's a witnessing that takes place, and a connection that takes place. The insight is the Knight of Wands. Wow. So this is somebody who's willing to take action around their passion. So it's not just like making an offer that is, so this page is making an offer, right? But it's almost like they're also learning about what they have to offer. It's not as solid as when the Knight of Wands comes in and takes action on the offer. Like, okay, you can make an offer, but can you back it up with action? And here it is, the Knight of Wands taking action around this offer, this passionate offer. That's the insight. So it could be that, you know, the offer that the Page of Wands is bringing to you is not quite good enough. They need to actually put the action in. They need to bring it forward and take action around it in order for it to be a legitimate offer to you. I do see an imbalance here in the energies in terms of like wisdom, knowledge, and maturity. There's a masculine boy energy, a childlike energy. And it feels very innocent and open, like, here, look what I have. Here's my offer, right? And it's somebody from the past. And then there's a more mature feminine energy. So let's dig in, Cancer, and see what this is all about. I'm going to use this new deck. It is, it's by Rose Monaco. My mom gave it to me a couple nights ago for Christmas. And it's beautiful. Here's the cover, the back cover of it. I'd never heard of it and had never seen it. And in fact, I watch a lot of tarot readings on YouTube, and I've never seen anybody use this deck before, so I'm excited to use it. Yeah, Queen of Swords. I feel like this is the feminine energy that I was talking about, the mature feminine energy, Queen of Swords energy. Lots of wisdom, lots of experience. Wow, she's formidable. She's also seen often as the widow of the queens. She's independent. She's very analytical and logical. She relies on herself, very self-reliant, and she is dependent on her thinking, on her mind, the power of her mind. So yeah, I feel like that's the energy, the feminine energy that's coming in here. And again, we have, wow, we have two cards that flipped up in the same shuffle. We have the Page of Pentacles, another page, and another Knight. So there does seem to be a need to progress from a simple offer from the page, from a younger person, into taking action around that offer, a progression of, yes, it's fine and good to make the offer, and I feel grateful for the offer. However, there needs to be action around the offer, and it needs to be real, right? It can't be like, it needs to be solid. It needs to be stable. It needs to be long lasting. This offer, whatever this Page of Wands, this Page of Pentacles comes in with, it needs to be backed by action. Because the page is coming to the Queen of Swords. And she knows what's real. She's a realist. So it needs to be a real thing. There, in the combined energies, there is this meeting of the minds. There is this uniting in love, this unification in love. There is love on the table here. So I want to learn more about you, my dear Cancer. In January 2021, we see you as the feminine energy. I'm going to say you. At the feminine energy, we see as this Queen of Swords. Somebody who's a more mature, maybe more advanced in years, could literally be older than your connection. Here we go. The Chariot. Ooh, yeah. And also underneath there, the Strength card. Okay. You know, when I said the Queen of Swords is very formidable, that is the energy that I'm getting from this feminine. This feminine energy, very formidable, very strong, like inner strength, right? Tapped into universal abundance, to that universal energy that is manifestational, inherently and sort of natively tapped into that. Could be a Leo, have Leo factoring into your chart somewhere. Very aware of yourself, very, again, self-reliant. The way that you affect change is by activating your willpower and your personality. Like, you move things forward through the sheer force of your personality and your willpower. Two major arcanas coming out to clarify the feminine energy. So we're talking about your partner, your connection, taking action. Two Knights came out backing Two Pentacles, like really having the ability to take action around whatever offer is on the table in terms of love for the two of you. The Chariot is a higher level of that action, right? So like moving it forward through the sheer force of your personality, through your willpower. You have what it takes. The feminine energy has what it takes to make it progress. And so you're coming forward as, you know, Chariot energy, and they're coming forward as Knight energy. It's like you have the more advanced or more developed ability to manifest and to progress, whatever it is. And they feel like they're kind of in this learning stage, this learning stage of development where they're kind of learning how to do that, learning how to take action. It could be like a teacher-student vibe or a mother-son vibe. I know that's never the vibe that you probably want in a love connection, but there is this element of like, I have something to teach you. You know, I'm slightly more advanced in my understanding of this thing, of how to do this. For what it's worth, that's the feeling that's coming out right now around the feminine energy. Let's learn a little bit more about what happens when the two of you come together. We have the Two of Cups. So it is a love connection. A connection felt on the heart plane. What happens when the two of you come together? More details about that, please. Oh, interesting. Balance, self-control, patience, compromise. These two do look very balanced here. Balanced in that they are witnessing one another. They're both bringing a similar... They both have one cup underneath them. They're unified. And there does seem to be a balancing here in terms of a meeting of the minds. How they see one another, each other. I love this burst of light here that signifies a unification. Like, just like boing, we connect. That's kind of silly, but... So it's funny because I see, I'm not going to say an imbalance. I see, and I'll repeat myself here, there is somebody who is on a different level. That's what I see. Two people on different levels in terms of development. That's what I see. So you could see that as an imbalance in terms of where each party, where each person is at. And then there's this call for balance, for a meeting of the minds here, to see one another, to see each other, to witness one another, to see where you're at, to recognize where you're at. Okay, and so this Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. What is this progression about? What is this exactly about? What are the characteristics of this progression? And it's coming out on the part of your connection. So wanting to make a passionate offer, wanting to make a real offer, actually, in fact, making an offer here, and then backing it with some sort of action. These three flipped forward. It's a new way of thinking, a new perspective. Could be a new way of doing things for this person. Like, it's just new. It's new for them. What else do we have here? Oh, the King of Swords. You got your divine counterpart here, my love. The feminine energy is the Queen of Swords. The masculine energy is the King of Swords. So this is the fact that the two of these cards came up. It does signify that this connection is a divine counterpart connection. I feel like your connection is progressing to this King of Swords energy. They feel like they know they need to meet you. They know they need to match you here, where your energy is at, where your native energy is at. It is a new way of thinking for them, a new understanding, even a new belief system. It's just new. And then there's a choice. You know, it's sort of like this person is like weighing the pros and cons here. What are the I mean, that is kind of what the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords do. They look at the facts. They look at the pros and cons of every situation, and they make a decision. And that is happening here too, where something real is concerned, where an offer is concerned. And it also has to do with a choice. This person has to make some sort of decision. It could be just a decision to step into this energy of like, I need to make an offer. It needs to be passionate. It needs to be real. I need to back it with action. It needs to be backed by my behavior. I need to align my intention with my action. You might hear me say that quite a lot. I need to align my whatever I'm offering with real behavior, right? It needs to be real. It also needs to be passionate. I feel passionate about it. And this is a totally new thing for me to do. It's a new way of thinking, and it's a new way of, it's a new idea. It's a new thought. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new beginning. It feels like truth and clarity is involved in it as well. I'm like coming forward in a very sharp, honest, truthful, clear way. And they do understand that they need to step into this divine counterpart energy, this King of Swords energy. And on this card it says structured, strong, dependable, using intellect over emotion. They both do this, and they both bring that energy. So yeah, I feel like your connection is really thinking about this, really trying hard. Really trying hard. And it's somebody from the past. It could be somebody that in a past relationship in this current life missed out on an opportunity with you because they didn't see you. They didn't quite see you for what you were worth. They didn't quite see you accurately. Let's just put it that way. You have all of this deep, beautiful wisdom, knowledge, energy, strength, willpower that is inherent to you. You are quite capable of depending on yourself and being self-reliant. You need to be matched. If it is a past love connection, and it does indicate that there is some nostalgia or past vibes going on here. It could be that this person was like, they sort of maybe didn't see you accurately the first time. And now this time they're like, well, you know, if this is going to happen, then I need to come in with something real. I need to make an offer. I need to back it with my action. I need to do this new thing. I need to come at it in a new way, with a new way of thinking. In order for there to be like reciprocal vibes. They do have a decision to make. There is some sort of weighing of the pros and cons. Because I do feel like this is a totally new way for them to be. All right. Let's pull some cards of advice for you. Advice for Cancer as they move through this connection in January 2020. Advice for Cancer. We use the Osho Zen deck here. I do feel like some of what you're bringing to the table, Cancer, is you got comparison. The Five of Swords. I do feel like some of what you're bringing to the table is this feeling of like, let's move this thing forward. She doesn't, the King or the Queen of Swords does not, she's pretty cut and dry. There's not a whole lot of ambiguity around the Queen of Swords. And she's very decisive and quick to take action around her decisions. And once she decides something, it's like, it's go time. Let's do this. It's time to do this thing. And so you have the Chariot here. I keep looking at the Chariot, and I feel like that's a component of that energy. Like, you know, shit or get off the pot kind of energy. God, I never say that. It's a weird thing to say, for me to say, but where'd that go? That's funny. Shit or get off the pot. And then we got slowing down. This is your advice. So there could be a need for you to take your time. You know, if you're feeling a sense of urgency, like I made my decision, it's time to move this thing forward, show me your action. Be a little bit more patient. This is the advice. You know, this thing that your connection is bringing forward, the fact that the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles showed up on their side, it's real, it's solid, it's long lasting, and it is slow moving. It's earth energy. And so is this turtle here, slowing down. So patience, activating patience, taking your time is a card of advice for you. And then there's this comparison card. The two of you are quite different. Like I've said throughout this entire reading, there's a difference in the levels, in the status, in the maturity, and even maybe in the age. A difference in knowledge and wisdom. There are differences here, significant differences. And so this comparison card came up to say, even though there are differences, or maybe because there are differences, don't use those differences as a way to divide. Use those differences as a way to unify and understand that everybody has their own strengths. This person may be younger than you. They might not be as advanced as you, but they do have their own strengths. And so understanding his or her unique strengths and how they complement, how they might complement your own. There's this oak tree and this bamboo reed. They're very different, but they have their own strengths. Yeah. So let's see, let's pull one more card of advice for you. What should we use? What should we use here? Let's use the medicine cards. Cancer, if this reading is resonating with you, hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already. I'd love to have you here. All right, let's look into this a little bit deeper. These cards are funky to shuffle because they're so long. I'm going to do this thing, this kind of thing. Advice for Cancer in this connection. Advice for Cancer. There we go. Ooh, beaver. 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's solid. That's stable. Where's my book? Here we go. Let's read about beavers, shall we? Builder. Beaver is the doer in the animal kingdom. Yeah. Put up or shut up. Let's see it. Let's see you do this thing, right? I feel like that's the energy coming from the feminine side. Like, show me. Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy and incorporates a strong sense of family and home. If you were to look at the dams that block woodland streams, you would find several entrances and exits. In building its home, Beaver always leaves itself many alternative escape routes. This practice is a lesson to all of us not to paint ourselves into corners. If we eliminate our alternatives, we dam the flow of experience in our lives. A doer is characterized by industriousness, and Beaver knows the limitation cancels productivity. What does that mean? A doer is characterized by industriousness, and Beaver knows that limitation cancels productivity. Interesting. Beaver is armed with very sharp teeth that are capable of felling whole trees. Imagine what those teeth could do to the limbs of predators. From the rear, Beaver is armed with a paddle-like tail that aids in swimming as well as in guarding its behind. This tiny mammal is well equipped to protect its creation. To understand Beaver medicine, you might take a look at the power of working and attaining a sense of achievement. In building a dream, teamwork is necessary. You might have to that's an interesting perspective on this reading, because you are teaming up in the combined energies, definitely teaming up, unifying, having very different levels and skills with this person, between the two of you. To accomplish a goal with others involves working with the group mind. Group mind constitutes harmony of the highest order without individual egos getting in the way. Each partner in the project honors the talents and abilities of the others. We've been talking about that, right? And knows how to complete the piece of the puzzle that belongs to them. In working well with others, a sense of community is achieved and unity ensues. Okay, group mind, working with others, teamwork. Look at this. Look at this group mind here. Honoring the talents and skills of others. If Beaver has appeared in your spread, it may be time to put your ideas into action. That's the thing that's coming from the feminine side. Like, let's see that action. You know, the offer is good. Let's see the action. Let's see if the offer, it's like the offer looks good. The offer sounds good, right? On paper, the offer looks real good. But what is the offer really? Does it have legs? And you don't know that until action is taken around the offer. It may be time to put your ideas into action or to complete some project that has been neglected. The Beaver card could also be asking you to settle differences with fellow workers or friends. Beaver tells you to look for alternative solutions to life's challenges and to protect the creations which you put your love and energy into. Sometimes Beaver brings you a warning to watch your back. If this is your message, you will know it by the position in which the card falls in your spread. Well, we didn't use the spread from this book, so that's not really relevant. So yeah, there is some themes that were repeated throughout this entire reading. One is that there's some sort of difference between you and your connection. There's this call to honor the differences. There is an offer. It's recognized by both individuals. You recognize it, they recognize it, and there's a call for the offer to be backed by action. It needs to be backed by action in order for you to see if it has legs, in order for you to see if it's a real thing, a real offer, or something that will turn into something real. There's a call for you or your partner or both to work together and to attain this sort of group mind perspective, this new way of thinking, in order to accomplish some sort of goal or some sort of project, or maybe it's to accomplish taking this relationship to the next level. in order to meet the objective, there's this need for the two of you to come together, like to unify in some significant way that honors each other's strengths, honors each other's skills, honors the differences in order to accomplish the objective, in order to accomplish the goal, or in order for the connection to be successful. It's a decision on the part of your connection, weighing the pros and cons and kind of like juggling these two different realities, these two different perspectives, these two different things, and looking at both of them like, well, you know, which one do I choose? Or like, this one's good because of this, and this one's good because of that, and I don't really like that about this. And it's really weighing of the pros and cons in order to make a decision here. Yeah. And again, a deliberation. Like, the offer is good, but will you back it with action? You know, my dear, if this is you, if you are the feminine energy, you know how to take action. You already know how to turn. You have your own ideas about how to take action around this and how to turn this thing into a real thing, right? I've got the Chariot here. Your partner understands they need to match you. They need to match your energy. They're not quite there yet. That is what you require. All right, Cancer. I hope you have the best January. I'm wishing you the best in this connection. If you want to dive a little bit deeper, look in the box below. We can do a personal reading. There's a link there to both my Etsy shop and my website. You can purchase off of both of them. I'm wishing you the best holidays, and I hope you take really good care.